Hello and welcome to the Cooking with High Performers podcast. My name is Davar and I'm your host, global wellness advocate, and a longevity dietitian. The purpose of this podcast is to inspire you to live well, cook well, and heal yourself. And I'm super excited to introduce you to my new guest, world-class athlete, entrepreneur, and best-selling author. He inspires me personally. He connects me to my why and my mission in life. And I'm very excited to teach you and to show you how you could do the same while learning how to eat well and get inspired and connected with your heart. Well, without further ado, Alvaro Nunez.
Ooh.
Did I miss anything?
No, you say.
Thank you so much for being
So good to be here. And I'm excited. This is going to be a fun morning with you.
Cooking your favorite smoothie. So when do you drink this smoothie? In the morning?
Yes, right after I finish the workout.
As soon as you wake up?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wake up. When I finish the workout.
All right. So your workouts are at 6 a.m., right?
Yes. Sometimes earlier, but yeah.
Wake up.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. Do you set an alarm?
Yes, of
What
course.
time do you go to bed?
Around 10:30.
Okay. All right. So that makes, 6 hours? 7 hours?
7 hours. I'll try to get 7 hours.
Okay.
But I specialize and focus on getting a lot of REM sleep. So that's more important than the quantity.
And you measure your sleep quality?
Yes.
Okay. Breakfast, and why do you train so much? Tell us your why.
It's part of a lifestyle. No, I think that it's very important to have a very active lifestyle. As you mentioned, I get to do a lot of different things from the ultra endurance world as an athlete.
Writing a book?
Writing a book. I'm a helicopter pilot, skydiver, and real estate broker. So love to get really active when it comes to do things in life. And one of the things that drives me the most is the exercise, right? When I'm doing exercise, it kind of like puts the machine in motion. And you function better when you're putting the right nutrients.
And you started with being a tennis player.
Yes, that's right. I was a tennis player.
Transition to long distance running.
You know, it was during COVID. Gyms were closed. There was really nothing else that you could do. And I had a really difficult time during that moment. A lot of us, actually. But in my case, I was outside of the country. I couldn't come back. I didn't have a visa.
Where were you?
I was in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I'm from Spain, but at the time I was in Dominican Republic. That's where I had my first business. And I was trying to get back to the US with an investor visa. And when I finally came in here, I was going through a period of difficulties in my life. And those difficulties, those were moments that you can let them define you in a really negative way or a positive way. And I used that pain as fuel to supercharge myself. So I remember there was a particular moment where I was a bit devastated. And I used that pain to Google, what are the toughest challenges in the world? And I saw Everest, this, that, and then
Sahara Desert.
Sahara Desert run. But then I saw Ironman, and it's the toughest one-day sporting event, right? And I saw, Ironman triathlon, interesting. I've heard of it, but never really looked into it. And I signed up on the spot. And I barely run more than 5 miles at a time, never really rode a bike, and never really swam. So I said, whatever, I'm going to sign up for that. And I used that pain as fuel to go for it. And I did have no idea on what type of nutrition I should be having or what kind of training, what kind of equipment, but I decided to go for it. And that was the beginning of getting into ultra endurance sports, which Ironman led to more Ironman, to then more difficult ultra endurance races, to then Ultraman, which is the double distance of an Ironman.
I have no clue the difference, but Ultraman is the one that you just done recently.
Yeah, it's the one that I was finishing first.
What about the 7-continent one?
Well, that's that. So yeah, I mean, what happens is that as you progress and you start doing more things, you get more excited. You start leveling up, right? So from doing an Ironman and then qualifying for the World Championship and doing it, then the Ultraman, which, by the way, the Ultraman is 6.2-mile swim, 760-mile bike ride, and 52-mile run.
What does that take?
Well, I don't know, it's more than 24 hours, I guess. Yeah, but it's one of those challenges that you definitely need the right nutrition. So it's important to know what you're putting on your body because you're a machine. You're fueling yourself. And the one that you were talking about is the 7 marathons in 7 continents in 7 days, which is going to take place later this year.
Okay, so you're getting ready for it.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm actually getting ready right now with this movie.
Good. Yeah, a few months ago, Alvaro was in my office, and I posted a picture about it on my social media, and we did an optimal nutrition consultation, and I already see some of the ingredients.
You laughed when you saw it. You were like, oh, I see the changes.
Let's begin. So after you wake up, you do your workout, and then you fuel up on a smoothie.
Yes.
We talked about different recipes that he was going to make, but we agreed on the smoothie because we kind of figured that most of you will benefit from watching and learning the recipe from Alvaro, specifically the morning smoothie. Let's begin. What's your main ingredients?
Yes, no, and absolutely. By the way, I agree with what you said because as a Spaniard, I was thinking, maybe we'll do some paella, but that was going to be a really long podcast because it takes a while.
Yeah.
And I think that not everybody gets to take the time to cook so many unique things. But a smoothie is something simple. And by the way, we could have shortened the podcast so quickly because all these ingredients that you see, or at least the dry ones, I put them in a container on a Sunday, so I have everything for the week ready. All I have to do is just dump it into the
Smoothie prep.
I smoothie prep. Yeah, I meal prep and I smoothie prep. So all of these things, they're already in a container. And then the only things I'm adding is like the almond milk.
What's here? What's happening here?
So let's talk a little bit about what we got in here. Which, by the way, the first thing that I put into my system is not the smoothie. So I like to work out fasting. But I do have something in the morning, which as a nutritionist, you also told me, you have to put the amino acids. So I like to start with the hot lemon water. Mm-hmm. I put a little bit of Baja salt, which has a little bit more of minerals than the regular pink salt. Mm-hmm. And then I put the amino acids and a bit of the glutamine, just to glutamine. Okay. And with that, I stay in a fasted phase until I finish my workout. And then
glutamine is ultra essential and beneficial for gut health as well. It helps to repair gut lining, and I highly recommend L-glutamine to everyone with leaky gut and inflammation.
And inflammation is a lot what I get through all the workout and everything. So, but yeah, no. So after I'm done with the workout and I do the cold plunge, the sauna stretching, all that stuff, straight into the smoothie. And it's exciting. So I want to be telling on some of the first things that I like to put into the smoothie. I go with protein. I put do we start prepping or I just mentioned
ingredients and then we put dry.
Okay, so I start so I start with the essentials. So vegan protein, which has some.
Is there a reason you use vegan, not whey?
Not really, but I try to stay as vegan as possible throughout the day. Just cleaner. I usually, when I go to restaurants, then I'm exposed to more of the meats and animal fats and proteins. But I like that at home I can have full control on what I'm eating. Yeah. That's why I go with the vegan. Then I put the organic MCT oil. It's a great source of fat and energy for the day.
Medium chain fatty acids, beneficial for brain health.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're using a lot of nuts, right?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. I love that, because a lot of people, especially on the ultra-endurance world, you think that you need a lot of carbs in order to function. And it is true, you need carbs because then that turns into sugar and you burn it nicely. Mm-hmm. But fats is also a great source of energy. And
like a long-lasting test.
Exactly. It lasts longer. So for me, since I'm already burning in a burning phase, because let's say, what?
Let's start adding.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
So we begin with bananas.
Yes, that's bananas.
So we're using frozen bananas today. Yes. I just grabbed these from my freezer. You can start adding the MCT oil. Do you measure your ingredients?
Yes, I do. When I do the cup, yeah.
Okay.
I have a whole.
So you're making this for one person usually?
Yes,
right?
It's just for me.
Today we're making for at least 2 people, but we have a whole team here. Might as well.
We're gonna wing it a little bit, right? Like how much will we put?
Now, how much usually do you put MCT oil?
So I put creatine. Mm-hmm. For me, you can have it in powder. I like to have it in capsules just because it's easier to measure. Again, just for the repair of the muscles and everything that I'm going through.
Essential for muscle growth.
Yeah.
It's in capsules, though.
Yeah, it's capsules.
How do you put it? Break capsules?
I just throw it in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Never seen that move.
Yeah.
Wait, we're putting capsules in the smoothie?
Yeah.
Well, this is Alvaro's signature move.
Well, I mean, it's faster, right? I just like that. It's easy. Then I put...
Colostrum?
Collagen.
Oh, is it collagen?
Yeah.
Because this is a formula, I think. Yeah. It's both colostrum
both,
here.
Yes.
I've met the founder, the lady.
Yeah, it's nice, yeah. So I like this one in particular.
This one is great for immunity and gut health. I highly recommend it to my clients with inflammation in their when we do the gut health test.
I wouldn't tap it like that. I will do a spoon, but this one is a bit too big. But it's okay. We're just measuring a little. No, because we're doing for 2, so it's okay. Well, there we go.
All right, so we're adding collagen, colostrum, bananas, MCT oil. Let's get the protein.
Yes, let's do this.
Mm-hmm. How did you get into colostrum and collagen?
Well, I mean, look, collagen is another source of protein, right? It's just different way on how your body absorb it and based on what you're mixing it with. And I just think that it's interesting on how you can obtain all these nutrients in just a smoothie. So it's easier to put.
21 grams of protein per 2 scoops.
Yeah.
This is a total here. Yeah. 21.
So we put two scoops, yeah. I put 2 scoops.
And this is a vegan protein, so it's mostly peas.
Yes. So then I like to put cinnamon.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Why is it interesting?
I don't know. Cinnamon in a smoothie. Do you guys use it? Leave in the comments below if you like using cinnamon for yourself. Why do you like it?
I mean, there is multiple reasons, right? But cinnamon
is a functional nutrient.
No,
it helps with insulin. It helps in optimizing your blood sugar.
I do it more for the blood sugar. I mean, the taste is good. Don't get me wrong. I like cinnamon, but it's also for the blood sugar because you're putting a lot of fruits into your smoothie, so your sugar spike it will go up. So I want to reduce it a little bit with that. And then I like to put also a little bit of the ginger.
Ginger, okay. Yeah. Do you like to use fresh ginger at all?
I do fresh ginger, but I like to do the container prep, so I just use it. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so in your container prep, you're just mixing all these raw ingredients?
All of them, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pro.
No, I mean, it's the efficiency.
That's a pro move.
No, because imagine you're already doing so much. I mean, if I have to do this one by one every time, so I have.
Alchemist every morning.
No. See, I can't do that. I will be like.
No, but I'm learning from you. This is incredible.
But it's interesting because Sunday I have the Sunday ritual, so I make sure that I also do the supplement prep. So everything that I'm going to have for the morning and the night for each day of the week. Same thing for the smoothies. Same thing for the food. I will take it farther. Same thing for the books that I'm going to be reading and listening for the entire week. Same thing for the clothes that I'm going to be wearing because I like to organize the goals.
Efficiency.
Well, I mean, look, a lot of people might say, oh, you are like OCD, you do everything. No, it's really about efficiency because you want to control your time and build momentum. If I have to stop after being already exhausted of working out and all that to, what I'm going to wear right now? Let me start putting the smoothie. And you want also things that are helping you. You want to set up a path for success. Because if you don't have the lunch ready and you're hungry, you might snack whatever you see. So if it's already prepared, boom.
I teach my clients, if you fail to prepare to fail.
Yeah, I like that, by the way. That's right there.
You know that?
Yeah, I like it.
You can have it.
Yeah, I'll get that copy. Making notes. No, but that one is a good one. Yeah. And I think that it applies to everything. It's like the same thing. You have a big goal, you break it down, reverse engineering into the point where you actually look at the calendar and you have it already scheduled. So I already have everything prepared for the week. Of course, you cannot mix certain things with the container because then it will be a disaster. And we'll get to this one last because it's interesting.
Okay.
Then there is more controversy about oats. I was a big fan of oats. Then I started to do more research and learning about some of the benefits and not so benefits. So I'm reducing the amount of oats that I'm putting in the smoothie. I still put a little bit for the consistency and what it brings. I care about my heart too. So I always look for angles on how can I give health to,
more antioxidants, yeah.
So for this particular one, we'll put a little.
Why do you care about your heart? Is there a family history?
My father had a heart attack. And then my brother recently had also some heart issues. And it's not that it's a family thing. It's that also my father had a really bad lifestyle. Definitely not doing what I'm doing.
But he didn't take care of his DNA and he kind of passed on to you. So that's what I call genetically predisposed. Like my grandma had diabetes. So I've mastered the art of nutrition and low carb lifestyle. Yeah. So thank you for mentioning that. So whenever I work with clients, the first question I ask them is family history. Yeah. And you mentioned like that you took care of your heart and you're doing a great job and you're doing it younger, so taking responsibility for your lifestyle.
Well, I mean, look, I'll tell you. That is a wow factor that opens your mind when you see somebody close to you suffering from something. So you want to make sure that you learn from that. Mm-hmm. And of course, you want to take care of yourself as much as you can, but you also need to keep in mind that as an ultra-endurance athlete, I'm doing some of the things that people think is humanly impossible, like the one I did last year, right? The Sahara Desert Race. So I'm talking about pushing yourself to the limit. And it's important that, yes, the nutrition, it's key. The training is key, but the open mind that you need to have to learn and keep adapting. So not because I was taking this a lot before means that I'm going to have it forever. Like you can always be doing research and learning from experts that, by the way, I started to implement things. So when we did our assessment, you were telling me certain ingredients that could help as antioxidants. And I never put really cranberries in a smoothie before. I was like, cranberries? I don't even eat cranberries. So I bought them and I started using them, and it really helped.
Cranberries are dietitians' number one berry because it's all vitamin C, which is one of the most remarkable antioxidant. It's all fiber and it's zero sugar. So if you want to optimize your gut health with fiber and your immunity with vitamin C and resilience and endurance, add cranberries to your smoothie. I'm so happy to
By the way, it's also tasty. I was at first thinking like cranberries. I never really eat this, but no, it was really good. And now it's my go-to every time.
I love that. I use cranberries and all of my clients use cranberries in their smoothie. And it helps to prevent UTI and all types of infections. And don't wait until you have UTI to do this. Add it now just to stimulate, your immune system.
I like that. And then I also went into the mixed berries.
Organic mixed berries.
Yes. So I try to focus more on the blueberries and the ones that are a bit darker. But for this, it has more antioxidants. However, this one, I don't know, for what reason, it has more strawberries than I
think the blueberries are at the bottom.
They're at the bottom?
To use a spoon.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll just...
So we got strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries.
Yeah, all of them. So it's tasty, it's healthy, and it's a great dose of fruit to get your antioxidants moving.
The way I teach my clients, remember, eat berries like it's your job.
Yeah. You were telling me about it, and I get berries, like, I have the frozen ones for the smoothie, and then I have the organic, natural ones that I use throughout the day for snacks, whether I put it on as yogurt, like the kefir yogurt at night. Well, anyways, a lot of different things.
Amazing.
And those are some of the main things. Then I like to go into the nuts. I'm a big fan of nuts. Maybe this one, they made it a little bit tricky.
So we took care of the fiber and proteins here and some fats. But nuts are all, mostly healthy fats and fibers. And so you love using almonds?
Yeah. Okay. And I put just a little bit because then we'll put the almond milk last. But I put a spoon of almonds, organic almonds, most of them raw. I don't put Brazil nuts so much. I liked it more when I'm doing the yogurt and so on. But now recently, because I'm trying to get a little bit more of fat in my system, I put a few of them.
I see.
It also helps with multiple things. Then organic walnuts.
Love walnuts.
Good for your brain too.
Yeah, that's omega-3. Yeah.
So again, most of these things you can get it on supplements. I try to even not have as many supplements in the morning.
I agree, I'm the same way.
Because if you can get most of the supplements that people tend to take, just have it on food, then way better.
Yeah.
And then cashews. This is again a bit controversy. I like to take cashews because I like the taste and also because it has good fat on it.
Yeah.
And I'm just this guy that I'm 200 pounds, but I burn a lot. And when I run, let's say, a marathon every Monday, or I'm doing a lot of different long distance training, I need something that supports that. So I like to put fat in my system.
I love it. This is literally becoming like a meal replacement, you guys. You see how heavy it is on calories, but for someone who works out, and that, how I call your types of workout? Healthy stress. Like your body is under a lot of stress, but that's the one that makes you stronger, not weaker. Because there's a lot of stress, emotional, physical, right, that we go through when we get sick or when we're upset or depressed. And you're kind of like stressing in the other, range of those emotions. Like you're leveling up all the time, opening yourself up to more challenges and opportunities. And physical stress, like what you do is like way out there.
Well, no, I appreciate, but as we mentioned, right, it's not just about recovering what you've burned or needed in the morning, is how can you have the energy to continue throughout the day, right? Because it's not about going for a lunch and then eating a lot of pasta and everything and then passed out, right? It's about how can I keep a sustained energy throughout the day while taking care of my basic nutrients. So I also put some greens. This is my on-the-go kind of green. It has like all the supplements and all the nutrients that you need. I like to eat with a lot of veggies, like you mentioned that chart of like, okay, your carbs, your veggies, your protein. So I like to make sure I cover that as well.
I love green powders. I'm coming up with my supplement line, and my greens is a number one product because that's what I literally been recommended. It's a number one nutrition recommendation that I give.
Yeah.
Green leafy vegetables at least once or twice per day. Now, a lot of high functioning people are always traveling on the go. They're unable to get it. So this is my
that's perfect. I love it. Well, I can't wait to try yours. And the last thing, which is very interesting.
We put this, right?
We put everything already. And this has a weird color, and you might wonder what it is. So I like to, again, you don't have to go that extreme, but I like to make my own almond milk.
Love that.
So I have an almond, well, not an almond milk. I have a machine that you can make any type of milk you want.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
Is
on
that?
Instagram. Milk something, almond.
Yeah. Milk plant.
Milk plant.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool, honestly, because I used to buy this already prepared almond milk, and I thought, oh my God, great alternatives. I can just pour it in.
Full of artificial
So many. And as again, you don't want to get completely cuckoo and go that crazy route, but it doesn't take that long, and I actually enjoy it. So every Sunday, ideally, you want to make it fresh, but it takes a little bit of time. So on Sunday, I make at least for half of the week. Wow. So I make a few of these containers.
Add to it.
So I put almonds, and then I put the water matters, by the way. So the water that you use to make this, because that's one thing that they do with the almond milk is so like weird regular water. I do it with reverse osmosis water that then I go through a different filtration, which pure clean.
You have a special machine?
Yes, so I have the RO, which is the reverse osmosis. It cleans everything. Then I have connected.
The tap water.
Yes, cleans everything 100%. Is the cleanest water you can have. Wow. Then it's connected to a next machine, which is alkalinizing the water. And then it's connected to a different one, which hydrogenates the water. Wow. So it goes through a 3 process. Again, it's like very crazy, but it's the ultimate best water that you can have. And I care about water because I sweat a lot and I need to hydrate myself a lot. And not just myself, but everybody in general. We're built out of water. So we just need to make sure that the water that we're putting in our system is the best one.
Yeah.
So I like that, and that's the water that I use to make the almond milk. And then what I do is, besides the almonds and this type of water, I like to put a little bit of the powders, whether it's the spirulina or something, just to...
I knew the spirulina.
Yeah, just to give it a little bit of a healthier touch.
Yeah.
And I was doing some research on the components on when you mix certain things. Yes, of course.
Marketed that for that almost.
No, I mean, I've never seen nobody do it, but you know.
Today's Monday and you made it yesterday. That's it. That's enough.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just want to have a taste. Okay, let's pour it in there. I just want to have a taste. Okay. Tastes very bland.
I mean, what to expect, right? But again, it's not the sweet.
Really good.
It's
I
not.
had very high expectations for it, but like for almond milk, this is excellent. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a smoothie, you know. Like
exactly.
it looks like it was a smoothie, but the truth is that it's just almond, water, and a little bit of spirulina. But the way that it's helping you absorb the nutrients is way higher than if you just put regular almond milk with all this processed stuff.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I mean, you are the nutrition expert. I'm just the one trying different things
I make my own cashew milk.
Oh, there we go. By the way, I do that too. Yeah. So I have 3 of these. 2 are almond, and 1 is cashew. Same thing with this. So are you using a similar machine?
No, I just make it in the blend. So cashews, soak them. They become very porous.
Right.
They're very soft. So with this machine, you see this is a real pro. I just blend it really high for like a minute, and then it just becomes milk, very thick because the texture, the fibers are still there, but they're soaked, and that lasts for me for a couple of days as well. Alrighty, let's make sure we
close it properly.
Yes. All right, so everything's in there, right? We got protein, we got fats.
Just need a little touch. Very well. Just getting that color. I mean, we kind of wing it a little bit with these things, but yeah. Oh, did we put the chia seeds? We forgot the chia seeds. We forgot the chia seeds.
Do you add pumpkin seeds?
I used to.
Yeah.
Now I just put pumpkin seeds when I'm doing like a yogurt or something or a snack.
So pumpkin seeds are a really great source of magnesium, which most people are deficient in. And when we are under emotional stress, we need extra magnesium. And magnesium helps you to fall asleep, unwind. So I really love recommending pumpkin seeds, and I do add it to my smoothies.
No, it's great.
Chia seeds are excellent. Don't get me wrong.
No, pumpkin is, by the way, like, we can put so many things, right? I like to also break it down throughout different times of the day.
Entire pantry.
But you just mentioned something, magnesium helps you to sleep. So I take pumping seeds towards the end of the day when I'm doing the snack.
Smart.
No,
That's why I invited him here. All right, let's finish this.
I'm actually hungry. Oh.
Fasting, aren't you? You tell me what this stuff.
I think it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Wow, I mean, this machine is a monster. Look at this. All right. Fasting.
I'm fasting. Well, I mean, yeah. I did the hot lemon water, whatever, and that's it.
Yeah. Wow. And it's afternoon. And this is your first meal? That's how you break your fast?
I will have fasted a bit earlier, but because we were doing this here, I said, you know what? I want to actually enjoy it while we're doing it.
This is very thick.
It's a bit thick. I agree. Maybe because we were making for 2 people, and then this was just for 1. Right. But honestly, it was going to taste delicious, and it's going to be good.
You don't measure calories. You're...
Yes and no, right? Like, I don't...
Oh my God, it's delicious.
Yeah, cheers.
Wait a second. What's happening? Why is it... Wow.
Huh? What do you think?
Wow. Wait, what is it? It's very sweet. It's dense. It's very sweet. Maybe it's the protein that has like it's got stevia. Yeah, vanilla flavor.
Vanilla.
Wow, it's delicious.
It's good, right?
It's delicious.
It's delicious. It's healthy, and I actually like it a little bit more condensed. Maybe not as thick, but I like it like that because it feels like it's actually a meal rather than just drinking something. So, if you're fasting and you're like breaking your fast, it's good to do it with liquid, but a little bit of consistency is always good.
No, absolutely. Whenever I work with clients and I tell them that smoothie is a great way to optimize your nutrient intake, most of them think of smoothie as a treat for kids. It's like, oh, mango, pineapple, and banana, strawberries. I'm like, no, smoothie is a meal replacement. This is your opportunity. So here we didn't add any vegetables. But this is like something for you to think about. You can add vegetables. So, if you add spinach or cauliflower to it, you can't taste it, but you get all the nutrients. And most of those, if you add spinach or cauliflower, there's 0 calories, but they're incredible for gut health optimization and heart health.
Cauliflower, I have a little thing because I'm like, I don't like cauliflower.
You don't like it, maybe?
No, and I did the gut test, the microbiome test. Yeah. And I said that cauliflower was not like everything changes very often, but I've done a lot of the test over time, and it always says cauliflower is not good for you. I'm like, good, off the hook, because I don't like that at all. But that's why I use like the greens replacement. It's easier. I put spinach here and there, but I honestly, with the greens, it has already the equivalent of spinach and celery and all these different things. So for those that don't want to go the powder route, 100% recommend just put it there. Yeah. When I'm always traveling, I try to, because again, vegetables, you want to keep them fresh, right? Yeah. So I like to just have the container. If I'm going away for a weekend, I have my containers ready to go. I bring them with me.
Your supplements?
Oh, everything. Yeah, everything.
You travel all the time.
Yeah, but you find a formula, because one of the things that happens is that a lot of people travel and then they stop the routine, they go to their whatever chaos and then go back to the routine. I like to always go home and have everything set up properly, but why to stop when you're traveling? Again, you don't need to go to the extreme and go with your own almond milk prepared, but at least have some of the bases covered. Yeah. So whatever you can bring that is not going to take too much space and still help you maintain that optimized routine, and hey, do it.
All right. So next I'm going to ask you rapid questions to inspire our viewers. What's your advice for someone who's looking to level up?
Well, first start with you. You need to analyze yourself. Where do you stand today? Do a full analysis, whether it's your nutrition analysis, whether it's your whatever it is, just
life analysis.
Analyze yourself and where you are today and where you want to go. Dream bigger. A lot of people, they stop dreaming at a certain point in their life because life gets on the way or something happened, and then they stop dreaming. Let yourself dream big again. Have that big vision again. And once you have that vision, back it up with a strong why. And you can ask yourself that question once, and you might have an answer, but keep on asking yourself that question until you get the goosebumps. I like to start the morning by going through this whole process, and this is how you introduced me, right? And this is what you were saying on how you can find that why. It's about creating a routine and start building habits that, again, you don't need to have all the habits in the world of all the most successful people, but start with habits that help you grow and start changing the ones that are negative, add the ones that are positive, and try to stay consistent. And it's easier to stay consistent on something when you have a bigger purpose ahead. If you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, you'll quit at some point or something might happen. But having that strong purpose is important. So I wake up every morning and I say the 3 things I'm grateful for the day. That puts me in a good mood, puts me in a good mindset. And from there, I jump straight into my vision board. It's a vision board that, again, I started initially with 3 pictures when I was younger. Now it's a whole movie. I watch a movie in the morning. I actually have a movie that I narrate, that has sound effects, that has exactly all the things that I want and I envision for my life. It's exciting. It's watching that movie every morning on my phone. That's the first thing I do. Then you want to jump right away into your why. Like, why is that vision? Why you want that vision? Why? And have it so strong that you're like, no matter what, I'm going to move forward. Then back it up with your values. What are the values that you want to have throughout the day and in your life? Make sure that you are aligned with those values. That's how you're going to connect with people. And that's how you start slowly building and building and building. I go through my habits, make sure that I'm stacking the right habits. I didn't go and I woke up one day, started to do all these things and do it. No, it's you keep stacking positive habits. You can stack negative ones too. That's why I said at the beginning, analyze yourself. A lot of people try to overthink and, oh yeah, because this has this or that. Look, if you're fat, stop eating these things that are bad for you. Simple. Start doing exercise. A lot of people overthink it. But once you are already getting rid of the things that are bad for you and slowly adding things that are good for you, you build momentum. And it's about the power of consistency. So that's just my recommendation. Start today.
You started your journey around 3 or 4 years ago, right? You said like you were going through a lot of challenges. What's your vision? Because you've been through so much and you've inspired so many people. But I'm curious, like, what's your vision? Where are you headed from here?
Space. Space. No, actually, I'm super excited.
The sky is not enough. You're already in the sky.
The sky is not the limit anymore. Yeah, no, that's funny. When people say, sky's the limit, I said, no, it's not really the limit. I've been there now. But in all honesty, I think that your vision keeps evolving over time. The vision that I had when I was 21 years old or 17, or the vision that I have today at 30 years old, is completely different, right? So right now, my vision is super exciting. I always see things that are not just for me anymore. As I was growing, I was always thinking, oh yeah, the super nice car, the nice property, the nice success here, this, and that. And as you evolve over time and you start reaching certain levels of success, you realize that the biggest fulfillment in life is on how you can help others. So having a taste of what it feels to help others, help communities that don't have the support, like when I was going to different countries in Africa and supporting the kids in different schools, or that fulfillment is way more than buying a new car, right? And that's where your vision starts shaping. It's like, how can I start helping building schools? How can I start helping bringing the message to a larger audience? And of course, you still have your own personal goals that might be a little bit material, but your fulfillment no longer focuses on the material, but on the impact that you can have in the world.
I love that. What you just shared is, yes, we all start with like a scarcity mindset, like give me, what can I take from the world? And then at some point you gain all this wisdom to be able to just give. What can I give to the world, right? And to like more than just, one client, and you speaking about the schools in Africa. So is that what you guys are doing this year?
Well, right now we're just sharing recipes to change your morning routine. Now, I mean, honestly, we're focusing on that, but as part of the bigger vision, I always like to look at the wheel of life. Like, what are the different areas in my life? So, career, financially.
We gotta move on from here.
I know, right? It's like, hey, let's go. But no, I like to always look at spiritual, intellectual, social, relationships. Like, how can I become the best version of myself in each area, right? And how can I help people within those areas? And the first person that you want to help is yourself. That's the first one. And once you have a full cup, then you can serve it to others. In this case, a full container, we can give it to the rest of the guys. But that's the reality. I'm in a position now where I can start thinking that way. Sometimes at the beginning, you might want to, let me think about helping the world. Help yourself first. because you need to have the strength and the capabilities of going out to the world and be like, all right, now I have something that I can give to the world. And you have a gift. Your gift is your nutrition expertise. You're helping people to heal. You're helping people to really level up with their health. And it all starts with you. If I'm an unhealthy person and I'm sick in bed, the only thing I'm going to think is, how can I get healthy? So health is your wealth. So I always believe that it's very important to take care of yourself first, and that's how you're going to be able to level up to help others.
All right. Well, we also covered this as breakfast part. Do you want to tell our viewers what you eat for lunch and dinner?
No, that's fine. I mean, just rapidly saying, I think that it varies based on your goals, right, or what you're trying to accomplish. I'm not a freak, even though it sounds a little bit based on this, and I have my meal prep, and it's very important to keep things organized. But when I'm traveling, it's not that I'm focusing on ordering specific things, but I like to have always the ratio of what we talked about, have your veggies, have your carbs, have your protein. And for lunch, usually, I have some sort of like light meal carbs. So whether it's the sweet potato, some chicken, and some grilled veggies, or I have, if I've worked out a longer session during the day, maybe I have a little bit of heavier carbs like rice with spinach and chicken or turkey, or, like not turkey because it puts me to sleep a bit, but,
Like tryptophan?
Yeah, I guess. But no, so things that are simple, easy to digest, they're fulfilling for the body, gives you the energy to keep going. But it's always broken down into the things that you do in between, right? Like the snacks that you have in between. I like to stay hydrated throughout the day, so I drink a lot. But I also take certain snacks. So in the morning, fruit, like even though we put a lot of fruit here, maybe I do another fruit, some pistachios, so some of the nuts that give you that energy. In the afternoon, same thing, maybe some dates to give a little bit of that energy. Again, remember, the nutrition that I have is not for the average person because I'm putting a lot of work into my body throughout all these workouts and the things that I do. So again, I also think that for people, and this is just something that I never really shared it, so it's going to be the first time I'm sharing it, but I like also the detox side of things. Mm-hmm. It's not so much about how much you consume, it's about how much can you get rid of. So there's moments in life for everything, but I do have a formula that has worked very well with me, which is once a week, I do a day fasting. Once a month, I do a weekend fasting. Once a quarter, I do 3 days fasting. Once half a year, I do 4 days. And then once a year, I do a whole week fasting. 5 days fasting, sorry.
Okay, so once a week.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So okay. I call it the 5-day formula, right? So you build up to that. Yeah. You start the year by doing once a week. You do in the weekend 1 day, then once a month, you do a whole weekend. Then once a quarter, you do the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then once half a year, during the summer, I usually do it. I do 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then once towards the end of the year, I do 5 days.
I love that. So tell me, how do you feel when you fast?
I feel great. It's one of those things that you want to get rid of these dormant cells. Yeah. Like there's some cells.
Yeah. When your body is going through healthy stress and it becomes stronger. So fasting is a stress for your body when you send its signal to survive on its own without getting energy from the outside. And it triggers a process called autophagy, where it gets rid of all the old used cells and cells that are not as optimal, and only the healthy cells stay. And so you do this fasting. Do you have any advice for people? Because I know, in myself including, some people struggle with fasting. So when I work with people, I begin with overnight fasting meditation and build on that. Mm-hmm. So for those who are struggling with hunger, uncontrollable hunger, how did you overcome that?
Well, first, understand why you're doing it, right? Don't just do it for the sake of doing it. Because otherwise, I grab a snack, end of the story, right? I'll try it another time. Have a purpose on why you're doing it. Again, we go back to the same reason, your why. So I'm doing it because I have a purpose behind why I'm fasting, right? I have a longer term vision of why I'm doing these things. But at the same time, if I'm hungry in the process, well, drink, and drink water, drink a tea, fulfill yourself differently. Like and also entertain your mind. I think that we are not really hungry most of the times. We're just anxious. Yeah. And this is what happens. We're anxious because whatever reason, or we want to procrastinate on something. And then what's the first thing we do? We grab food. Make it difficult for you to have access to food. If you have your food next to you, of course it's easy to snack, and you're going to get hungry. I always like to use the term equanimity. If you're equanimous, it means to not add thought into something because that it multiplies. If you're hungry and you think about it, you're going to get more hungry. And if you're looking at food, you're going to get more hungry for sure. So completely block it all out and start putting things that are going to make you think about other things. Yeah. So why do you think when a lot of people are super focused on a task and working, they forget about food? Yeah. And trust me, that same thing, if you see a banana in front of you or a good snack, you'll think about food. Yeah. So it's about setting up your environment for success.
I agree with you. I also I can't fast when I'm at home with the fridge full of goodness. So when I travel, when I go to special places, that's when I kind of begin my fasting and I make it, make it so that it's more beneficial or easier for me to do.
Okay. This is the pro hack if you want to use it.
Tell me.
This is the pro hack. It's kind of becoming a trend to people that they sleep with the mouth tape. You can sleep with that, whatever. I use it on the airplanes. So when I get on the plane, especially when it's like an overnight flight or, if I have to go to a different continent, it's usually a longer flight. I just tell the lady or the guy I said from the very beginning, look, don't serve me nothing. And then I put the mouth tape and that's it. End of the story. I don't open my mouth. That's it. Now, if I have to drink, I try to now, that's a bit extreme, but I'm doing the water fasting as well when I'm on the flight. I don't drink anything. Don't drink, don't eat.
That's hard one because the air in the airplane is so dry. The hydration is key, I feel like. I always recommend people to drink.
I drink a lot before, like crazy. But I drink, again, go back to the same thing. I drink a lot of the hydrogen water. I make sure that I'm fully hydrated. And of course,
we were going to learn something special.
If I had to stand up and go to the restroom, that's fine. Yeah. I don't need to drink that shit water or whatever they give you, Yeah. Again, taking it a bit to the extreme. I've seen biohackers that take it even farther and they bring their own coconuts with it.
Fresh coconut?
Like a coconut that they cut and they drink. That's a different hack. But again, do whatever makes you move forward. Yeah. And that's the truth. Like, don't try to do everything so perfect that you don't do it. It's the analysis paralysis. I'm at this point right now because everything feels like smoothly doing it. Like I don't need to overthink it. Yeah. So there's no resistance there. I just keep on adding more things into my habit list. Yeah. Start with something, master it, add another thing, and enjoy the journey.
Well, I recommend you guys starting with this smoothie.
Yeah.
Look, this guy is talking and going for seconds.
Are you kidding me?
Performing.
Yeah, this is great. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, man, I need to eat this.
So we guys are going to wrap up and I'm so grateful that you joined us today. Leave comments and questions below. I'll make sure he answers them for you. And yes, leave me any feedback on who do you want me to invite next. And I'm so grateful that you came. I learned so much from you. And
thank you for having me.
I'm excited to fast.
Well, no, not today. Today we're going to do this.
Not today, next time. All right, so we're wrapping up with that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Salud.
Salute.